Good day everyone. I'm Regine Hamito. Today we're gonna tackle about ethics. The field of ethics is a branch of the philosophical sciences that concerns matter of right and wrong or good and bad and thus of morality. Ethics is nakatabang sa tua para makabalita sa tuang angay buhaton or dili. Ethics help first by promoting mindful consumption, supporting conservation, and encouraging practice that maintain ecosystem health for long-term human benefits and the intrinsic right of nature to thrive, ensuring biodiversity, clean resources, and a stable environment for future generations. Next is individuals and organizations are ultimately responsible for a broad set of values that exemplify justice, being conscientious and impartial, and acting in a good faith. Integrity, being honest and sincere. Competence, being capable, reliable, and qualified. And utility, being responsible and improving the welfare of the public and others. This broad set of values that exemplify justice, integrity, competence, and utility is help address key forestry challenges like deforestation, climate change, mitigation, and conflict over resources. Next is professionals often find themselves in position where they are required to resolve moral and ethical issues, and perhaps the need for ethical behavior becomes evident in situations where they golden rule. Professionals, like sa mga professionals forester, is mo na sila nag-plans and nag-manage sustainable forest, deciding whether mosugot ba sila sa mga mining project sa forest nga mao'y nag-support sa mga indigenous communities. Next is ethical behavior is often influenced by how we and others view the value of the outputs to be generated from a forested landscape. However, it could also be influenced by how we value our relationship with other professionals. Behavior and forestry is refers to moral principles and responsible practice nga nag-guide kung giunsa pag-manage, paggamit o pag-protect sa kung asa ta nagkuha sa forest nga mabalanse ang panginahanglan sa mga tao, sa mga hayop, and the future generations. So, next is professional ethics. Involve the perceived or explicit duty an individuals has to their client, the notion of fairness and competitions and accounting, and the obligations forest managers have to their profession and other stakeholders. I said earlier, sa professional ethics sa mga forester is mo nang guide how forest resources are managed, used, and protected nga mabalanse ang panginahanglan sa mga tao, sa mga product o sa services sa kagubatan para sa kalusugan sa atoang ecosystem. Next is environmental ethics. Involve the moral relationship between the status of the land from the perspective of the human being and the use of the land by humans and other living species. So, especially to the management, use, and protection of forest ecosystem kung paunsa ta makipag-ugnayan sa ato ang kagubatan para maprotektahan. The philosophical approaches to the land or conservation ethics. The field or concept of ethics in forestry and natural resource management is involving topical area that has been stimulated by the thoughts and actions of many individuals around the world. Ethics in forestry and natural resource management is not a static or finished concept. It continues to change and expand over time. Kanang magputol ka sa mga dagkong kahoy para maka-income tungod po sa mga tao makaingon og mga tama ba ni or mali. About this approach to management is makakuan og actions ang mga tao para sa forest protections. Here's the pictures of the land ethics. As you can see in the pictures of the land ethics is a philosophical framework that extend moral considerations beyond humans and animals. Nag-include siya entire land community like sa mga soil, water, plants, animals, and the zoological processes na nag-connect sa land. Next, we discussing the fathers of the Philippine forestry. Florencio Tamisis received his Master of Forestry in the United States of America in 1923. After his return to the Philippines, he developed forest management system for Deuterocarp forest. Florencio Tamisis, he focused on creating forest management system especially for Deuterocarp forests, which are dominant tropical rainforests in the country, known for sa mga taga kahoy like Nara, Luan, and Apitong. Management of forest land in the Philippines. First, community-based forest management, empowering local communities to sustainable manage, conserve, and benefit from forest resources. It is strategy that empower and naghatag siya responsibility sa mga local communities to sustainable nag-manage, nag-conserve, o naka-benefit sa forest resources. Second, we have Forest Land Management Program. Is a Philippine government initiative primarily by the DNR designed to empower local communities. Its goal is maghatag sa forest land in a sustainable way with the participation of people living near these areas. Is kabilang na dito ang magpadagan sa mga puno or magtanom and maprotekta sa ato ang puno. Third, we have Sustainable Forest Land Management Agreement. Is a production sharing agreement granting tenure and use right to qualified parties of designated areas. Under this agreement, qualified groups such as the local communities, cooperatives, or private entities are allowed to manage and use forest land in a sustainable manner. Kabilang na dito ang pagbuhat og mga produkto nga gikan sa forest like timber, fruits, or medical plants. Fourth, we have Integrated Social Forestry Program, an earlier focal program recognizing upland farmers' role in conservation, leading to approaches like family approach to reforestation. Is a recognizing the roles of upland farmers in conservations involve local people, especially those people nga naa sa mga highland areas nga nagmanage og nagprotect sa forest land. Fifth, we have municipal forest land use plans. Local level plans for sustainable management, recovering protection, production, watershed development, tourism, and climate change adaptations. Mao na siya ang nagprotekta sa mga kritikal na lugar sa kagubatan, pagbuhat og mga produkto nga gikan sa kagubatan in wastong paraan. Nag-develop og watershed like water resource areas, creation of nature-based tourism, project og adaptation to climate change. Six, we have research and development. Efforts by DNR and partners to improve tree genetics, establish and seed orchards, and conduct R&D for superior plantations. Research and development is to create trees that are more resilient, grow faster, and better able to withstand straight like sa mga disease, sa mga pest, og sa climate change through high quality seeds og superior plantations kay ang forest mahimong effective sa mga para mapanatili ang kagubatan sa nga dako kay siya maka-benefits sa makuha sa forest. Next is management of family farms in the Philippines. Centers on family labor and decision making, facing challenges like capital scarcity, high input cost, climate change, and market access. Addressed through government initiatives like the Sagip Saka Act for direct selling digital tech integrations like these challenges are addressed through government initiatives like kaning Sagip Saka Act to support small farmers and fisher folk by improving their income, market access, and livelihood. Next is bioenergy opportunities in the Philippines. To its abundant agricultural waste and government support for renewable energy, aiming to utilize indigenous resources, enhance energy security, and reduce reliance on imported oil. These elements aligned with the country goals to first is utilize indigenous resources. Gumamit ng mga materials nga gikan sa tuwang bansa instead of relying on foreign supplies. Second is enhancing energy security, like ensuring a stable, uninterrupted energy supply. Third is reduce reliance on imported oil, which help na makuhaan ang lower economic vulnerability to global oil price fluctuation and maintain supply system. Is clear cutting in the Philippines rainforest is a major environmental crisis driven primarily by logging, mining, and land conversion for agriculture and urbanizations. Is one of the methods contributing to the destruction of the Philippines rainforest. It's a particularly harmful practice because it removes entire forest ecosystem quickly, nag-cause siya landslide, loss of wildlife habitats, and disruptions of the water cycle. Ethical conduct from a business perspective is a fusion of universal corporate principles and deeply rooted indigenous values. It's about balancing universal business ethics like transparency, accountability, and legal compliance or pagsunod sa batas. This approach ensures businesses act responsibly while respecting the traditions and mga panginahanglan sa tuang forest. Summary: ethics play a key role in nature by raising awareness that nature has inherent value beyond human use, setting guidelines for responsible resource use and protections of ecosystem, encouraging people to adopt more eco-friendly behavior and bringing together individuals, governments, and businesses to collaborate on solving environmental issues like climate change and habitat loss.